Thank you for the introduction and good afternoon to everyone. So my name is Anna Philiotis, and together with my colleague Maria Sarantopoulou, as you mentioned earlier, we'll be presenting the residency and citizenship investment programs of two stunning countries in mainland Europe, being those of Greece and Montenegro. So prior to beginning, allow me to introduce Eurofast to yourselves. We are a regional business advisory employing local advisors in 23 cities in the region. From the map on this slide, you can see that we have complete coverage in the Southeast European region, as well as touching some of the Middle East. We've been around for just for over 40 years, and 2018 has marked our 40th anniversary. We employ over 200 professionals, and we have fully fledged offices in Athens, Thessaloniki, Podgorica, Belgrade, Moscow, Kiev, Skopje, to name a few of our offices. So now, on this slide, you can see the main services that we provide, being those of tax and transfer pricing, advisory, and corporate accounting, audit, payroll, and employment solutions. Feel free to refer to our website at eurofast.eu for further information. Now, we need to kick off with Montenegro and the citizenship program. Now, its official launch was in 2019 and has a quota of 2,000 applications. Now, its aim is to stimulate the Montenegrin economy through foreign direct investments, and in particular via the tourism, the agricultural, and the manufacturing sectors. More importantly, though, the Montenegrin program offers the lowest thresholds required to obtain citizenship in Europe. Montenegro is one of the fastest growing economies in the Balkans. And since obtaining its independence from Serbia, the country has served as a regional business platform, attracting important direct investments from countries of the like of Russia, China, Turkey, and the Middle East. Now, the obvious prospects for this program is that Montenegro, once Montenegro joins the EU, its citizens will obviously enjoy the advantages of being within the EU area. They'll be able to reside. Montenegro is one of the leading candidates to meet the 2025 accession and is also a part of NATO. Now, moving on to taxation, Montenegro offers a flat rate of 9% for corporate and income tax and personal income tax, as you can see from the slide. The main principles of the Montenegrin VAT are in line with European Union standards, and taxable supplies, as you can see here, are at 21% VAT. There's also a 3% real estate transfer tax. Now on to the next slide. One may ask, why should I go for the Montenegrin passport? The citizenship obtained is granted for life, and it can also be passed on to future generations. The investor and his family are able to enjoy visa-free or visa-on-arrival travel to 125 countries. These include the European Schengen area, countries like Russia, Turkey, China, the UAE, and even as far as Brazil. Now, the passport is currently ranked at 34th globally, and this is from the Global Passport Index. The application process is very efficient, it's very transparent, and it leads to the granting of citizenship within 6 months. There are no requirements to give up other passports, there's no language requirements, nor any obligations for the investor and his family to live in Montenegro before, during, after the granting of the citizenship. So who's actually eligible for this? One needs to be a non-EU national over the age of 18 and hold a clean criminal record. The good news is that within the same family application, the investor may include a spouse, children below the age of 18, as well as financially dependent adult children. Now, in this slide, the aim is to outline the investor requirements. I'm going to run through the basic procedure. Details can be discussed on a one-to-one basis, and we actually encourage that, so as to be able to provide you with the details of the application process. So, with regards to obtaining a residency permit, one can either invest in a property or otherwise apply for a work permit. At Eurofast, we can actually assist you with the registration of your company and provide employment solutions to you. Now, regarding citizenship, an investor is required to submit his application through a licensed agent, and obviously has to pay processing and government fees. There's a non-refundable €100,000 contribution to the state fund, and this is to the state fund, which is mandatory, and it covers a single investor together with his family members. This contribution, along with the real estate purchase amount, are both placed on escrow. The investor passes a due diligence check, whereby the funds are released, whereby the profile is checked, and the funds are released, eventually leading to the privilege of Montenegrin citizenship. Now, a very common question that we get asked is, can I actually invest in any property I would like in order to obtain Montenegrin citizenship? The quick and simple answer is no, you can't. Because Montenegro wanted this program to be fully transparent, the only way that this could be realized would be via government-approved projects. So the options available are, as you can see on the slide, a €250,000 investment in a minimum 4-star level property in the less developed north and central part of Montenegro, excluding Podgorica, the capital. Otherwise, a €450,000 investment in a 5-star level property in the developed regions this time of the country, being the coastal region and the capital. An investor can also opt to invest in a development project in the agricultural or manufacturing sectors. Now, depending on the selected projects, one can purchase a unit with full ownership, or otherwise buy shares within a project and have fractional ownership. The Montenegrin government has currently approved investments in the northern part of Montenegro, and more are expected to be approved on the Adriatic coast. As far as we know, the majority of the projects will be managed by reputable international hospitality brands. So thank you for your time today, and I hope you found have found the information useful. Let us know if you have any questions. We're around. I hand the microphone on to my colleague, Maria Sarantopoulou, who is the legal counsel in Athens for Eurofast. Maria?
Anna, we have some questions, and we can ask them later after Maria's presentation, or we can do it now.
Let's finish up with Maria, and we can answer all questions later. Thank you.
Maria.
Yes. Hello to everybody.
Yes.
Can you see and hear me?
Yes, we see and hear you very well.
Okay. So, thank you very much for the kind introduction. Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome also from my side, and thank you for joining us. I'm pretty confident that everyone here knows Greece, not only for its rich history and culture, but also for its amazing climate, natural beauty, and diversity that put Greece in the list of the top touristic destinations in the world. Needless to mention that it is a safe country for residing with your families and your kids, given the low number of COVID-19 incidents and low criminality rates. Greece is a member of the EU since January 1981 and lies in the southeast of Europe, a strategic location which makes it considerable destination also for business purposes as well. Greece offers a number of benefits, including low cost of living, excellent education opportunities, and very good health care system. Greece's currency is the euro since January 2001. Here you can see some nice pictures from our country. So, the government has taken measures to boost the real estate market and attract investors. It recently decreased and suspended several taxes in order for the foreigners to come to Greece and invest. The current corporate tax is for 24%, which has been decreased from 28%. The withholding tax rate on dividends is 5%, which was also decreased from 15%. The property transfer tax in Greece is 3.09, including the municipality fee transfer tax. It is worth mentioning that the standard VAT 24%, which is imposed on new built real estate properties, has been suspended by the government until the end of 2022. So everyone who wants to buy a real estate property in Greece, he has to pay only the 3.09% real estate transfer tax. And additionally, the government has postponed also the imposition of the capital gain tax until the end of 2022. Normally, this capital gain tax is imposed on the property transfer and burdens the seller. The Golden Visa program in Greece has been launched in 2013 and is the most affordable residence program in Europe. This is because you have to invest only 250,000 euro. In Greece, the government has already granted about 23,000 permanent residence permits through the acquisition of real estate property in Greece, which includes the main applicant and their family members. These applicants come mostly from China, Russia, Turkey, and other Arab countries. Here you can see the residence permit card, which has the color of violet. The applicants can be accompanied by the family, including children until the age of 21. Having the permanent residence permit in your hands, you are not required to stay a minimum period in Greece. And additionally, you can travel to all the Schengen countries visa-free. The Golden Visa can be obtained through the property acquisition, which requires, as we already said, a minimum amount of 250,000 euro investment in real estate properties. The residence permit is granted for 5 years, which can be renewed for another 5 years, provided that the applicant still possesses the ownership of the property. Investment can be made in one or more properties, provided that the threshold is met of 250,000 euro. The properties can be either residential or commercial. The second option is to invest in a lease or timeshare agreement for hotel accommodation or furnished touristic residences of an amount of at least 250,000 euro. This amount must be paid in advance in order to get the residence permit. Of course, there are other available options to get the residence permit in Greece, such as investing a minimum amount of 400,000 euro. The most easiest way is to deposit 400,000 euro in a time deposit into a national bank account in Greece with a minimum deposit time of 1 year. The procedure to obtain a residence permit in Greece through the purchase of a property is step by step as you see in the slide. You have to enter Greece twice, the one to select the property and the other to give the biometric data, your biometrics. Using any type of visa, C, D, or the Schengen visa, which you can issue at the Greek consular of your country. All the other procedure can be undertaken by us, including the delivery of your residence permit to you. So, what are the benefits of the program? As we already mentioned, holding a Greek residence permit, you can reside in Greece and travel freely within the EU Schengen zone. You are entitled to rent out property and gain income from rentals in Greece. You are not required to stay for a minimum period in Greece. You can enjoy permanent residence as long as you prove the ownership of the property. This is why we say that this is a permanent residence permit. And moreover, golden visa holders who choose to live in Greece for a minimum period of 7 years, they can apply in furtherance for the Greek citizenship and get a Greek passport. Greece introduced recently tax incentives to attract foreigners to transfer the tax seats to Greece. You could combine this with the golden visa scheme through the acquisition of property. So you could benefit from the benefits of the golden visa and the non-dom regimes recently adopted by the Greek government. If you are a high net worth individual, you have to pay only an annual tax flat rate, and you are exempted from the tax on your global income. This annual tax flat rate is 100,000 euro. In parallel, you should invest 500,000 euro in a property or business in Greece. If you are a foreign pensioner, you are required only to pay 7% on your income arising abroad. By this scheme, you can transfer your tax residence in Greece, obtain a residence permit, and enjoy life in Greece. There is also a draft bill that aims at attracting executives of foreign companies to Greece, including the Greeks. The government is promoting a new regulation which will offer a 50% discount on income tax for the first 7 years of residence in Greece to choose citizens of foreign countries who transfer the tax resident in the country. The aim is to expand the tax base to facilitate the transfer of executives to foreign companies to Greece, while the real estate market will be stimulated as these people will need accommodation to stay. So if you are an employee and a foreigner and you would like to benefit from this 50% discount, this is an opportunity now for you to come to Greece. Now that hopefully you have a better understanding of the procedures and benefits, I would like to share with you a small sample of real estate options currently available in the market in Greece. We have the option to provide custom-made solutions depending on the individual criteria. Here you can see beautiful buildings, apartments in the south of Athens. I would like to thank you all for your attention. Our advisors and me can assist you with acquiring a golden visa in Greece. We are available for you for questions at this email address. And of course, after our presentation.
Yes, Maria, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presentations. And we have some questions from our participants. Can you please answer them? The first question is, what is the duration of the residence permit?
This residence permit is considered is defined by the law that this is a permanent residence permit. In fact, its duration is 5 years, and you have to renew it every 5 years as long as you can prove that you have the ownership of the property.
Okay, thank you. The next question, what is required for the renewal of the residence permit? What is required?
What is required? You have to submit to the authorities, the lawyer, we can do it for you, the purchase contract of the property you have chosen and based on which you have issued the golden visa, and a certificate which of the competent authority which proves that the property is in your name.
Another question, can I travel upon the submission of my golden visa application, or do I have to wait for the issuance of the residence permit?
If you apply and your file is complete, the authority, the immigration office, will give you a blue certificate, which is valid for 1 year. And this blue certificate gives you the right to travel to Greece as much as you want, visa-free, but only to Greece. You have to wait for the residence permit in order to have all the benefits from it.
Okay. Can I buy more properties than one? I think yes, right?
Yes,
you always
yes.
can buy
you
more
can
than
buy
one.
yes, you can buy more than one piece, provided that you meet the minimum required value, 250,000
Okay.
euro.
So there are questions on types of properties. Can the property be commercial or only residential?
The property you buy is not only be for residential purposes, it can be also a commercial, and you can also rent it in order to have income, use it, exploit it from it. Yes.
Okay, and the golden visa can be obtained only on as me as an individual can get this, or it also can be get through a company. Are there options? If it is possible to get the golden visa through company, what are requirements? How it shall be done?
The golden visa, you can get it either individually or through a company of which the shares belong 100% to you. You must be the owner of 100%. You cannot be partly a shareholder. The company must be owned fully by you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maria. That's all what we have for now. All questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For your
and
time.
now we have questions to Anna from our participants. Anna, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Great. Anna, some questions. Yes. Yes, some questions for you. Could you please answer what are an investor's opinion when investing options, when investing in projects? What are an investor options? Yes, I don't know what is meant.
Options when investing in?
Yes, in projects. If it is clear for you, if not, let's go to the next question.
That's a very unclear question because each has its own opinion, and it depends how what the reason for investing is. It could be for they might wish to obtain residency in order for a temporary move to Montenegro because it is a fantastic place to live. There's a good quality of life there. Otherwise, they may want to. I mean, we know of a lot of Russians who have a second holiday home in Montenegro, and they're back and forth. Or otherwise, it may be seen as a permanent residence, whereby they benefit from the passport in the sense that they use it throughout their lifetime, along with their families.
Okay, I'll ask you the next question. How many times does the applicant need to travel to Montenegro throughout the application process?
Well, the good news is that an applicant only needs to make one trip to Montenegro, and that's at the end of the procedure for biometrics scan. And at the same time, once that procedure is completed, then they can actually pick up their passport at the same time. So just one trip at the end.
One trip is good. Are there residency requirements prior to obtaining citizenship? Prior to obtaining?
No, one does not have to become a resident in order to eventually become a obtain a citizenship privilege.
Okay, and are there limitations when traveling to Schengen or EU countries? I suppose no. What?
Well, there's visa-free visits to the Schengen and the EU countries, as far as I know, are limited to 90 days within a 6-month period.
Okay, so for now we have announced all questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Great. Thank you for your presentation.